live once again. It's been a busy day. Still wearing the same clothes. Yeah, I'm a dirtbag, but I like it. So we're gonna wait a few minutes, get people jumping in here. eBay announced. Probably everyone should know this at the start of this today. But eBay has announced that they are going to be banning, bring the band in. They're going to be banning some items that people are selling. Yes, maybe they should. I don't know. Just all I wanted to do was bring it to your attention. Hey, Jen. So, real quick, I'm going to make this short, sweet, and very simple. Effective 5 p.m. today, it looks like it might have been Pacific Standard Time. eBay announced that due to the regulatory restrictions across the United States, that didn't sound right. So let's start this over. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. eBay announced that due to the regulatory restrictions across the United States, we have chosen to ban certain items listed on our site. Effective immediately. eBay will block new listings and start to remove listings that sell. So that means anyone who comes in and anyone who is already got the items on the platform. The mask, including the N95 and the N100 and surgical masks, hand sanitizer and gels, disinfected wipes. We will continue to monitor the evolving situation and quickly remove any listings that mentions COVID-19, coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, except books in the title, description, or MPNs. These listings may violate applicable U.S. laws and regulations, eBay policies, and exhibit unfair pricing behavior for our buyers. To learn more about the eBay policies, we invite you to read our 3 most relevant policies on this topic: prescription and over-the-counter drug policy, disaster and tragedy policy, search manipulation policy. We will continue to communicate updates through the announcement board, so please stay informed here. As always, thank you for selling eBay selling. So there you go. If you're going to watch this then thereafter, you can't be selling that stuff anymore. They're going to come and get you. They're going to take you away to the funny farm. So the other thing I wanted to mention too, bought some products today that have dates on them. Of course, we buy products all the time that have dates on them. And lo and behold, food policy. So I'm going to drop the screen. What is the policy for eBay? The following and similar food items are not allowed. So this is the policy that eBay has for their food or anything that pretty much has a date on it. But the following and similar food items that are not allowed to be sold on eBay are unpasteurized dairy products, except for cheese that follow shitake mushrooms, the Ackee fruit or seeds, expired food, and government assistance benefits that can be used for food. So when listing food items that are allowed, sellers must ensure food items are properly packaged and stored safely. Clearly state the expiration date in the item description. Make sure that you do that you state the expiration date within the description, or you can do a custom drop down. There's a specific for that, like an additional item specific that you can create. And state how perishable items will be delivered and ensure that they are delivered to the buyer before the expiration date. Says activity that doesn't follow eBay policy could result in a range of actions, including, for example, administratively ending or canceling listing, hiding or demoting all listings from search results, lowering the selling rating, buying or selling restrictions, and account suspension. All fees paid for payable in relation to the listings or accounts on which we make any action will not be refunded or otherwise credited to your account. So I think they might do that in series or in stages, depending on the severity, the administrative ending or canceling of the listing, hiding or diminishing or demoting all the listings from search results, and then lower your rating, which if you cancel orders in the process of that, it lowers your rating. It takes away your top seller profile, which that happened to me for selling contact lenses. So, and then, okay, so real quick, check this out. So the policy for eBay, and we only got like one person in here, so I know it's kind of a tough time right now. But I wanted to just get this out there. The food policy again for eBay, okay? Let me emphasize something real quick. They take health and the safety of our members very seriously. So when listing allowed food items, make sure you follow the policy. Policy stats, blase, 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 blase. Expired food, okay? But it also says somewhere in here that you must follow, it says here, okay, at the bottom. Why does eBay have this policy? This policy helps to keep our community safe and helps sellers comply with governmental regulations. Okay, keep that in mind. Why does eBay have this policy? The policy is do this, 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 and this. Don't sell expired food. Okay, and then it says here, this policy helps to keep our community safe and helps sellers comply with government regulation. Keep that in mind. Okay, so as we go back over here. Okay, so I typed in Google and I said food expiration or expiration food or something to that effect. There's two agencies. One is the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, and the other one is the USDA, which is the United States Agricultural something or another. I don't remember. You can look it up. But there's those two agencies. The only agency that controls any kind of consumable goods is baby formula. Look it up. All those expiration dates that we have on products, either it's best if used by, the other one is used by, the other one is sell by. Best if used by is the date that suggests the product would be at its peak quality. That's the manufacturer guaranteeing the quality of a product at that time. And then thereafter, it starts to diminish. Now, I bought some Band-Aids. They're good until 2024. While there's some sort of activational agent inside of the gauze part of the Band-Aid, that's probably going to dry up by that time once the seal is broken. Or over time, it starts to diminish. So the activation of the sterilization of the situation of the Band-Aid, this doesn't seem to want to work. The second one is that you got use by dates. The date is usually found in more of like perishable items, like you've got meat and milk and things of that nature. Basically, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take the product and you're going to smell it. And you're going to be like, it's still good. Or it's going to be, ew, it's wrong, and going to throw it away. You know, 30% of Americans, or I should say, hold on, 30% of the food that we consume or purchase for consumption gets thrown away because the amount of Americans throw away the food. Is it 30% of the Americans? Anyway, 30% of something, either the Americans or the food that is purchased, it could be either or, is tossed because everyone goes by this date. The date, in some cases, like, let's see, let's say there's a date on this. Why would there be a date on this? Or why would there be a date on this? If there is a date on this, it would be because the manufacturer doesn't want you to hold on to it forever. They're going to be like, okay, we're going to give this at least 5 years. So in 5 years, you're going to be like, oh, these are no good. Or this duct tape is no good. How do you know duct tape's no good? It don't stick no more. It's either been exposed to heat or maybe freezing elements. Gloves, they deteriorate. It's latex, it's rubber. It's everything doesn't last forever except for plastic. It seems like plastic. Every piece of plastic ever made known to man is still on the earth. The third and final one is the sell-by date. This tells consumers, i.e., the grocery consumer, from the distributor, i.e., the manufacturer, is that the date basically tells the retailer that the product should be off the shelf by this time, like bread. Okay, bread's a prime example. Milk is a prime example. But with bread, you kind of just look at it. If it's got mold or if it's doesn't look right, if it's got some other issues with it, toss it. The smell test is always good. The visual test is always good. The texture test with touch, never, 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 in my opinion, ever try to consume something that you're not worried about. If you look at it and you smell it and it doesn't look or smell right, toss that crap. It says here, now I do see it. It says use by dates are great guides for people like you and me, but it becomes at a price because the USDA reported that states that in that report that Americans waste about 30% of food each year, partly because of the fact that the date is either too close or it's coming up or it's past, and we just toss it. So going back to eBay, now I got 5 people in here. Harry, what's going on? And Mac Hughes, hello, hello. So going back to the eBay policy, it says that we're not supposed to sell expired food. Okay, expired food, according to the FDA or the USDA, doesn't exist. The FDA and the USDA only regulate what is put in. What is put in, and we're going to just sit here for a minute and type that in there. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. All right, so I'm going to type in FDA. Boom, boom, boom. So FDA is responsible. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is responsible for regulating certain things. Hence the word food and drug. Is responsible for protecting the public health by ensuring the safety, efficiency, and the security of human and veterinary drugs, biological products, blasey, 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 blah. They have no control over any of the expiration dates of any product other than baby formula. So what don't we sell? Baby formula. The USDA. Okay, let's find out what they do. She couldn't remember what it was all about. The USDA definition, according to Google, says that the United States Department of Agriculture basically does. I'm sorry? What it was charades? Oh, 1 second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Puree water. Well, honey, the other water is dairy. Here. She doesn't like puree water though. Baby, come on. I'm in the middle of something right now. Well, anyway, lost my train of thought. The USDA basically says that the United States government manages various programs related to food, agriculture, natural resources, rural development, and nutrition. Now, they're basically looking at the safety of the products, such as they might control the production of a cow from its time on the farm through the process of it being regulated and slaughtered, or however you want to call it, or processed through a manufacturing company to the market. But they don't control the date. The date is controlled by the manufacturer. So I don't know. I don't get the whole eBay thing. When it says that the policies when listing food, if you want to look it up, it's on the eBay customer service food policy. It's a 2-minute article, and it says that The following similar food items are not allowed, so you can't sell expired food. Now, it doesn't give a timeline. Now, Amazon does give a timeline. I think they give a suggested amount of time. It's about 5 months, 6 months, or something to that effect. But you know, you basically are confused. I'm confused. Like, I'm not supposed to sell expired food, but it tells me I'm to comply with. Let me read it word for word again. This policy helps to keep our community safe. I get it. And helps sellers comply with government regulation. Okay, what's the regulation? I don't make it. I don't process it. I mean, I do technically after it's packaged, but if I disclose it in the description as eBay's telling me to do, then I should be good, right? I'm alerting to the customer, hey, guess what? The product expires tomorrow. But I'm supposed to, in perishables, have the product to them before it expires. Who knew? Who even knew? Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to do. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So, you can't be selling any more of the mask. You can't be selling any more of the hand sanitizer. You can't be selling any more of the wipes because they're going to shut you down. Apparently. So if you're new to the platform and you're starting to push that product through, no bueno. You're in violation of their policies for taking advantage of a tragic situation. Um, well, yeah, I guess afterwards, because the supply is now going to be diminished, and you probably would, Mac, you would be able to still sell it once it's lifted. But who knows where we're going with that? Just so you know, if you're looking for masks, we found some today at a paint shop. So they're still out there. They're just people haven't. Everyone's running to Walmart. Everyone's running to CVS. But I found all kinds of them today and only bought what I needed. So for your own safety, if that's something you want to do, I even got some from the Dollar Tree. So they're still out there. I went through my pantry today and found some bottles of sanitizer, hand sanitizer. So we didn't find any today out locally where we're at. So I'm sure there's some up there somewhere. Probably have to drive out to like some gas station in the Mojave Desert or something to get it. Yeah, it's a media scare. Marcus got some fact to that. Truly is. Um, you know, but if anyone can share some light, I don't have the link up. I'm doing this for YouTube, not StreamYard. But if anyone can share some light on the explanation of why the policy on eBay says that you can't sell expired food and that you have to comply with federal regulations, when federal regulations don't actually uh, implement or enforce expiration dates. The idea of keeping it simple, I guess, the understanding of like food sampling, I wouldn't recommend it, but the look, smell, and touch, testing is probably what we do at home. The science projects that we have in the refrigerator. Of course, I wouldn't sell like something that's perishable anyway, because of the likelihood of it getting stuck somewhere and going bad in the process. I noticed, I looked at some of the survival products that you could sell in food. So if you're considering selling food, I wouldn't put it on Amazon because Amazon is very strict as a platform. But eBay's kind of left us open a little bit because it says follow. And you know what? I'm going to check in Amazon and double check that, make sure that it is what it is. But I remember reading when I started doing food on Amazon that it was about a 5 month out kind of like expiration period, because they value the customer's experience. And the minute a customer on Amazon sees a product that, because you can't really put an expiration date when reusing someone else's listing. Now you can in your own in the condition, but you can't put anything in the condition when you list an item new, and you have to list food new. So I'm not too sure on how that would work yet. I have to experiment with that and see what's up. But with eBay, you have to disclose the expiration date in the description. You can modify your specifics to add a expiration date if it doesn't already ask you for the template. Let's see. You could take a picture of the expiration date so it's in the photo, so you're hitting it 3 times hard. And You can put it in the title. I have to put it in the title because I have band-aids and they have expiration dates on them. So those are things that I have to keep separate. I had to do 3 separate listings today for those band-aids that we got from CVS, only because they come from different lots and different dates. So the ones that were further out are more than the ones that are closer in, and there's like for instance, raw honey. Raw honey will last forever, ever. I'm going to say ever. I really am. Um, ever. I have honey as a survival measure. It's because it's got the sugar. A lot of sugar items, like sugar itself, honey, salt, vinegar, corn syrup, instant coffee, even though it has a date on it, that's because the manufacturer says best buy. That's because they're only guaranteeing the freshness of that particular item to that date. We already went over that: the use by date, sell by date, and best buy date. The other things I think I remember seeing, there was like 10 or 15 items, and rice is another one, and beans. So in my survival for consumption, for they're cheap items. Rice, beans, coffee. Okay, so you got your carbs, your protein, and your caffeine. You've got your sugar. You've got the dry, the granule sugar, and then you have the liquid sugar, which you could use honey. So those are probably the top 5 things that I definitely would say that you could possibly sell or consume at a much later time for your own consumption, for disasters, or something's tucked in the back of the pantry. I would highly recommend that you keep the honey out of light, keep it stored. Um, uh, with the granule sugars, I keep it wrapped, and then the rice I keep wrapped and in a bucket sealed. Same with the beans. There you go. It's a lot of stuff right there. So Harry, thanks for coming in. Mac, appreciate it. Uh, yeah, right? MREs, dude. I think I don't know how far you could go out with those, but I'm pretty sure they're nasty when they're fresh, and they'll still be nasty 10 years, 7 years down the road. Jan, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much. Dad's Vintage Garage. Hello, Brittany. Hi, Britt. How are you? You guys just missed all that wonderful information. Britt, did you get the email from eBay that came in about the products? If not, you should check. It came 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, yeah. So I didn't have anything to do with it. But we touched on that, and then we talked about we got it. We touched about the food expiration policy with eBay, because it kind of led into that with their policies. Yeah, there you go. That was smart, because they're talking about administratively diminishing the search results. I mean, they're throwing all these like suspension keywords, so it's not good. Not good for business. Not good at all. So I think that's going to be it, guys. I don't have much more to say. So anyway, does anyone have any questions regarding food? Does anyone see a flaw that is still in the chat? Flaw in my concern and questioning on, like, as long as you comply to their policy, you have a sorry, yeah, sorry, Dad. Yeah, I saw that. 30 seconds of noise. But you really got to think about it. Like, if you can't sell food in Amazon, and you think, oh, I'll go over to eBay. eBay's a little, in my comparison of knowledge, I think Amazon is a lot stricter than eBay. And eBay's got a little bit more of a lax policy, but it's conflicting, because if you didn't hear what I said, the policy says that you're not allowed to sell expired food. But then down at the very bottom of the policy, it says that you have to comply with the federal regulations. Well, federal regulations tells me that there's the FDA and the USDA that gets involved with it, and they don't control food and expiration except for baby formula. So if you're selling baby formula, and you're in violation. But you can sell a product that has an expiration date on it as long as you disclose it. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, look into it yourself. I'm not advising you to do this, but I'm doing it on cosmetics, topicals. I've expressed the date. I put it in the title. I put it in the description. I put it in the specifics. I've taken pictures of it. People are still buying it. Why? Because they can't get it anymore. It's discontinued. There was a limited edition on certain products like coffee that comes out seasonal. It may expire, but it's not going to sit there and turn on the last day after the expiration date or the best by date or the sold by date. So I don't know. That is my take on that. And I'm just going to keep doing what I'm going to do. And I thought I'd just bring that to your attention about the whole mask and gel thing and wipes thing. In case you didn't get the email, hopefully you'll catch the video later. Hopefully you're catching it now. And you know, yeah. Well, I think what you got, Britt, is you got your money back and then some. You should be driving that Lambo next month when you get your money. Or it's PayPal, so you got it instantly. 74 and 18 left. Well, hey, you're good. You're good. I know what you're living in the South, so I might have to send you a message to send me a couple bottles of that. Look, we only have one more 30 some ounce Perel, I think, and then we have the little travelers. But yeah, we found face masks today at a paint shop. They're a little bit more pricey, 3M. They have the little breather on the front, supposed to help you breathe better by 30% or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, well, I'm going to close her down, guys. I just wanted to share that information, and you guys can catch this on the fly on the pre-record. I don't want to make it too long and waste any more of your time. So, um, yeah, you could probably out of the back of the. You know what? You could drive my Cadillac, and you could sell it out of the back of the Cadillac. So anyway. I will catch you guys later. I appreciate you guys coming in. I might go live later tonight for a working live. But I just wanted to put this out there and get this on my channel so we can share the news with everybody about the COVID thing that eBay's immediately looking at and pulling all the listings. So beware, be advised. And hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys maybe later tonight. I'm gonna work tomorrow, so maybe tonight will be another working one, and I'll do a StreamYard so we can do a hangout. So keep looking out, and I'll try to make a thumbnail for it. All right, Batman always has a mask. Hi, Mac. This is kind of Walking Dead, like what? If yeah. See you later, guys. Take care. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I really do.